All right, well, hello, sixth grade. We're now getting ready to get into chapter 8. And part of what we're doing in chapter 8 has to deal with negative and positive numbers and working with inequalities and all sorts of other things that are going to be happening. But we're going to start pretty basic here today in lesson 8.1. Write a positive or negative integer that represents the situation. So we got to have situation, we're deciding whether it's a positive, which is a gain, or a negative, which is a loss. So we're going to have positive and negative numbers. All right? And an integer is anything that, -1, -2, +2, +3, so forth. So we look at number 1. A football team gains 9 yards. So that's a 9-yard gain. That's a good play for the team. They gain 9 yards. The integer would be +9. So we look at number 2. The temperature falls 7 degrees. So as night came, the sun went down, the temperature fell, and it fell 7 degrees. So that integer would be -7. All right? Makes sense. Pretty straightforward. So you lose $36 in Monopoly. You're playing Monopoly at home with your siblings or your parents. You have to pay some rent of $36, so you lose $36. Your integer to reflect that situation would be -36. You earn 15 math extra credit points. Well, Mr. Swack doesn't do a whole lot with math extra credit, but here's a nice thought. You earn 15 math extra credit points, so that's a gain with an integer of +15. So part of what you're going to be doing on your assignment is just that. You're going to be given these scenarios, these situations. You're deciding what integer is going to go. Is it going to be a positive or negative integer? And then positive or negative what? And the situation is pretty straightforward, just like they are here in these 4 examples. All right, now, the other part of what you're doing today, you're going to graph the integer and its opposite. So when we talk about the opposite, well, the first integer is +4. The opposite of +4, it's just its negative opposite. So the opposite would be -4. -12. Its opposite would be +12. 30. Its opposite would be -30. Now, so I'm going to kind of turn these sideways here when I make the graph because I want to have a little more space. But we know for this first one, we're dealing with 4 and -4. So I always want to, when I make a graph in this situation, I always want to start it with 0. All right? Now 4 and -4, those are not real big numbers. So I can be 1, 2, 3, 4. I was making a number line. Then over here, -1, -2, -3, -4. Then I go ahead and I make my line. I'm just going to make a mark at each number to be an indicator. 1, 2, 3, 4. And since the numbers I'm graphing are 4 and -4, I'm going to make a mark here at 4, and I'm going to make a mark here at -4. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all there is to it. The next one is -12 and 12. Now, if I have -12 and 12, if I'm going to start at 0, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just use this line right here. I'm going to put 0 in the middle. 12 and -12, they're a little bit bigger numbers. So here's a situation where I might want to go with intervals of 2. Like I might say, well, I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and then -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, -12. And then I'm graphing -12 and 12. That's all there is to it. Now, this next one is 30 and -30. Well, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to go ahead and use this line. All right. I'm going to put 0 in the middle. All right. So we can always go ahead and put a line for 0. Didn't do it there. Now this is 30 So I can think, well, I can do a variety of different things. I think I'm going to do intervals of 10. So I'm going to space them out a little bit, make that 10, 20, 30. I don't always have to end on the number that I'm using. I can go up to 40. And then over here, I'd have negative 10, negative 20, negative 30, negative 40. And I'm graphing 30 and negative 30. So negative 30, 30. And that's graphing it. All right. We'll talk to you later. That's graphing integers. Not a long video today. We'll catch you next time with 8.2. All right, talk to you later, 6th graders. Bye.